Hi, welcome to the Power of. I'm Elsa Martin. Today's Power of is a little bit different than any of the other ones you may have seen. Today I'm sharing with you my personal story of my walk through illness and into health. So my story starts about 8 years ago, and I was going through a interesting time in my life. I would wake up in the mornings and I would have this shooting pain in the bottom of my feet as soon as I tried to take a step. And then the pain would move to different joints in my body as well. And I had no idea what was going on. Pretty soon it moved into my hands. My fingers and wrists were so swollen. In fact, my joints were getting so swollen and sore, I could not even open and close my hands. I was literally crumpling up like a cripple. It was terrible. And I had a young family. It was awful. Sometimes I would just lay in bed at night and cry because I was in so much pain, and any painkiller that I took would not even touch it. So at that point, I was seeing the doctor several times, trying to figure out what was going on. Why was I in this pain? So of course, through testing and all kinds of doctor visits, finally the doctor told me I just needed to go see a specialist for rheumatoid arthritis, and that this specialist was going to give me a high painkiller and a strong anti-inflammatory. Well, that didn't make sense to me, because why not find out what's causing the problem rather than just trying to cover it up with pain meds and anti-inflammatories? So at that point, I started to do my own research to try and figure out how I could take care of this issue and try and get over this. Now, about that same time, we got the news that my brother had cancer. Now, this didn't happen to us. We didn't have cancer in our family. This kind of thing didn't happen to us, but it did happen to us. And 6 weeks after we found out that he had cancer, he passed away. Fast forward a few years, and my sister-in-law also has cancer, and she passes away as well. So to say that our family has been ripped into by disease is an understatement. I personally have fought autoimmune disease for many years now. We've lost people that are very close to us, family as well as friends, due to disease. So I was on a quest. I wanted to make sure that this didn't happen to any of us again. I wanted to get my body better, but I also wanted to be able to help others so that their families wouldn't get ripped into by disease like this. So I went on a journey to figure out what was causing this disease within me, and why is cancer all of a sudden ripping into our family? Well, I realized that sugar is one of the main links to cancer. And it's not the only thing that causes cancer, but it's a major one. And then I also, through seeing a naturopathic doctor in Calgary, Dr. Owens, she's amazing at the Paradigm Clinic, she did blood tests for me, and she suggested that I stop eating certain foods. Wheat, dairy, sugar were a few of those. So I did it. And within 2 weeks, just 2 weeks, I was basically pain-free. I literally went from being a cripple, I could not even open and close my hands anymore, I was in pain constantly, to being basically pain-free. My mind was much clearer, I could sleep better, the symptoms were disappearing. It was amazing to me. And all I did was eliminate a few of the foods that I was eating. I have to say, that was my aha moment. My moment when I realized the power of what I was putting into and onto my body. Just the food I was eating was causing me to be a cripple. It was taking me away from being the mom that I wanted to be, from being the wife that I wanted to be. I always wanted to be the mom that was fun and, skiing and boating and doing all the great stuff with her kids. But because of this disease, I wasn't able to do that. It was taking away my life, my quality of life. But just by changing a few things that I was eating, I was able to enjoy life again, to feel better than I had felt in years. I was amazed at what a change it made just by changing a few of the things that I was eating. So that's when I realized I can't keep this to myself. At the time, I was an education assistant in the school. I loved it. I loved helping the little kids, worked in kindergarten. It was amazing. And so while I was doing that, I also took my certification, my training to be a health coach. I'm certified through the Health Sciences Academy, so I became a certified advanced weight loss practitioner because I knew I could not keep this to myself. I had to share this with other people. People were sharing with me how they were feeling ill or they had all these symptoms and just not feeling good. Well, I couldn't keep it to myself. I wanted to be able to share with them. So that's when Whole Body Nutrition was born. And because of that, it's incredible. I mean, hundreds of people we've been able to help, not only lose weight, but to control their autoimmune diseases, to feel better, to get rid of PMS and menopause, and to shred body fat, and just really improve the quality of their lives. It's amazing. What we eat not only affects our physical health, but it definitely affects the quality of our mental and our emotional well-being as well. So that's my story. That's my why of why I want to help people, because I've seen the effects of it for myself. I've lived that journey and I know what it's like. And I don't want my family or your family to be ripped into by disease ever again. Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening to my story. Have a great week.